I'd like to recognize now recognize Mr. Justin Brown, Legislative Associate for the Veterans of Foreign Wars. Mr. Brown himself is a veteran of the U.S. Navy, having participated in Operation Southern Watch and Operation Iraqi Freedom. The VFW is the nation's oldest major veteran group with more than 1.7 million veterans who have served our nation overseas. And thank you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate you being here with us, and we'd be happy to hear your opening remarks.
Thank you, Chairman Knight and Ranking Member Schock, Council. On behalf of the 2.2 million members of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States and our auxiliaries, I would like to thank this committee for the opportunity to testify and for its rigor in pursuing contracting issues on behalf of veterans. The issues under consideration today are of timely and of great importance to our members and the entire veteran population. During this economic recession, the number of unemployed veterans has increased to nearly 1 million as of February. That is an increase of more than 400,000 since last November and an increase of more than half of 1 million since last April. There are twice as many unemployed veterans as there were 1 year ago, and there are as many unemployed Iraq and Afghanistan veterans as there are men and women currently serving in Iraq. Make no mistake, our service members are leaving Iraq, coming home, and fighting another war against unemployment, homelessness, bankruptcy, and a host of medical conditions. With a lack of opportunity, many service members are likely considering self-employment. Unfortunately, the economic stimulus was stripped of the language that would facilitate a stimulus for veterans in both business and employment. Furthermore, a large amount of the stimulus will be spent in the form of state grants, bypassing federal laws in regards to contracting. In order for veterans to succeed in small business, we need training, we need capital, we need parity, and we need compliance. Veterans' access to capital needs to be increased and diversified. For many veterans, the Patriot Loan Program is not an option because their loans are being denied by lenders even with the guarantee. The VFW suggests creating a direct loan program via the SBA. This would allow SBA to have an array of financial tools available to veteran startups and veterans in business. Also, there's an extraordinarily small amount of resources being diverted towards educational programs for veterans entrepreneurship. In fiscal year 2008, SBA's operational budget was $888,000. This funded SBA's 5 business centers and various forms of outreach. The VFW would like to see these programs greatly expanded to include various locations throughout the country. In fact, not one member of this entire committee has a veteran small business center located in their congressional district. Furthermore, veterans should not be taking the back seat to any other government contracting program, including HUBZone. Because HUBZone's language in the Federal Acquisition Regulation includes shall instead of may, GAO ruled that HUBZone has priority over veterans contracting. The Veterans of Foreign Wars objects to this determination and urges Congress to return parity to the aforementioned programs. If the VFW were to sum up the current state of veterans business and procurement in one word, it would be complacency. There are extremely limited options in regards to veterans' access to capital, few options for education, and a host of federal agencies that after nearly a decade continually and willfully fail to abide by their public mandates. Their failure to abide by these mandates for such an extended period of time challenges the very authority of this body by woefully ignoring the laws it passes. If the past is any indicator, we will be back next year looking at slightly better numbers, but hearing the same old song from the agencies in question. The VFW demands, in compliance with the laws our veterans so proudly defended, that 3% of the economic stimulus contracts go to small, disabled, veteran-owned businesses. To help alleviate our 1 million unemployed veterans, the VFW also calls on the veteran businesses that receive these contracts to publicly establish a veteran employment preference. As America's largest group representing combat veterans, we thank you for allowing the Veterans of Foreign Wars to present its opinion on federal contracting in regards to the economic stimulus. Veteran entrepreneurship, if expanded, is a win-win for everyone, including the government and America's taxpayers. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my testimony, and I will be pleased to respond to any questions you or the members of this subcommittee may have.